Hey everybody, this is Edujo and welcome to another video on my series on the Raspberry Pi. Yes, I went to the Pi Wars for the first time and it was such fun. So much fun. There were robots all different shapes and sizes, and there were young kids making it, there was older people making it, and all using the Raspberry Pi. Here we have a little girl, I reckon about 8, maybe 9 years old, showing my son a robot with a sonar or sonar sensor in the front, which makes the wheels turn and so on. All sorts of different robots, all using Raspberry Pis. A very simple robot in this video, and just sensing the difference between black and white. And in the next one you will see another one, similar one, moving around on a different surface but still following black and white lines. Great stuff, great stuff. I was there with my son Jonathan from the Platinum Minecart. Oh, the Doctor Who fans. We also have entertainment for them with Raspberry Pis making Dalek. There we go. I hope you guys enjoy that. Here's a Christmassy theme where a guy used a strobe light to show different LEDs making light in different ways. This is very cool. You see how the lights are changing? It's now green. It's now green. Have a look at it. There were also some other robots that were made that were more highly developed in terms of the technology that they were using, and as you can see, here's a little robot with her Raspberry Pi that actually interacted with a keyboard. There my son Jonathan is using it. You can see it's got a camera installed as well, and it's a little game that you can play with two tank robots using the Raspberry Pi, and they can actually fight each other and shoot like lasers at each other and score points and things like that. So it's very, very cool.
Special attack. There's a special attack.
Is there? My son was very excited. I see that. Don't waste the batteries. Yeah, no, he was going on with this thing, and then people were testing out their robots all over the place. Here's a little girl that actually made her robot go in X and Y positions, as well as sort of spinning around using a Wii remote. That is well excited. A Wii remote to control your Raspberry Pi robot. That is excellent stuff. And then there was also all sorts of variations with robotic arms, where you had students sort of playing around little joysticks, little controllers in their hands, and they were operating Raspberry Pi operated robotic arms. And there's the old robotic arm that you get at Maplin's. And there was also a guy that made a sort of drive-on or drive-in big track toy, and there's my son Jonathan again, and this time he's inside one of them big track toys, and it's all made with a Raspberry Pi, powered by a Raspberry Pi. And also very high-tech robotics that was going on there. These are relatively expensive. There's a bigger one, but again operated and motorized using a Raspberry Pi. There's a Raspberry Pi 1 model, the first one that came out. Real VNC was also there. For those that don't know it, Real VNC is if you want to remotely log into or operate your Raspberry Pi, you use Real VNC. Very simple to set up. And then we get to some of the videos that I shot regarding the actual Pi Wars. And here's two robots. The object was to try and pop the balloon of the other one. I got to this specific battle towards the end, and the one was pushing the other one off the mat, but they're trying to pop the balloons. Hey! That was quite cool. That was quite cool. And yes, and they also had an obstacle course where people were trying to go over bumps and cross marble fields and things like that, and going up steep, slippery slopes, and all sorts of things. So that was quite interesting. Like I said, there was robots with all different sizes, shapes, and all sorts of different speeds and power, but very interesting. Very interesting. And again, lots of people were controlling their robots with all sorts of controllers, including the Wii remote, and yeah, it was very cool, very cool. Here was a different robot, but they still just couldn't get up that slope. I didn't see any robot in the time that I was there was actually going up that slope there. but I'm sure there was. There was also a speed test. This was cool. This was a very, very fast. This is the fastest one I've seen so far in terms of being powered by the Raspberry Pi. Just have a look at this. This is actually well impressive. Wow. That was well good, well good. And then obviously everyone that entered could attempt a speed record to see who can go the fastest. And it was very interesting. Very interesting. My son asked, can we enter? And I said, well, we've got a year to prepare and see if we can maybe try one of these. But I encourage you as well, if you're in the area of Cambridge, to maybe make a robot and enter the competition next year for Pi Wars 2016. If you haven't done so already, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Twitter at Joe_Peterser. And I will see you in the next video.